story. The history of the Jaguar XK 120 is not merely a sequence of dates and technical specifications. It is a soaring anthem of post-war ingenuity, a magnificent declaration that the pursuit of speed and breathtaking beauty must continue, no matter the cost or the challenge. This truly phenomenal automobile did not just arrive on the scene, it exploded into the public consciousness with the force of 1,000 suns, instantly resetting the benchmark for every single sports car that followed. We are talking about a machine of such intrinsic perfection, such staggering elegance, that its initial viewing left spectators utterly speechless, paralyzed by the sheer grace of its flowing lines and the promise of blistering performance. It is arguably the single most important car in the entire history of the esteemed Jaguar marque, establishing the brand as a dominant force in high-performance motoring throughout the entire world. The origin story itself is steeped in necessity and brilliant, almost reckless, ambition. Following the cessation of the Second World War, the company formerly known as SS Cars Limited needed a decisive new direction. An identity totally untainted by the unpleasant associations of its wartime designation. Under the visionary stewardship of the incomparable William Lyons, the firm rebranded itself as Jaguar Cars Limited, adopting the name of the magnificent, lithe predator that perfectly symbolized speed, power, and stunning aesthetics. But a new name was not enough. The company absolutely required a revolutionary new heart to power its future legends. This need led directly to the development of an engineering masterpiece, the utterly sensational XK engine. The engineers tasked with this monumental undertaking, including the genius triumvirate of William Haynes, Walter Hassan, and Claude Bailey, were working under extreme pressure, constantly battling resource shortages inherent in the immediate post-war austerity of Britain. Their goal was audacious. They aimed to create a twin overhead camshaft engine that could reliably produce significant power, far exceeding anything available in standard production at the time. What they ultimately forged was not just an engine. It was a legend made of cast iron and aluminum, a durable, powerful, and astonishingly rev-happy six-cylinder unit that would power Jaguars through generations of breathtaking success. The initial displacement settled at 3,442 cubic centimeters, offering a staggering output of 160 brake horsepower in its earliest production form. This power figure was simply unheard of for a volume production car engine in the late 1940s, instantly guaranteeing the new machine stellar credentials. The stage was finally set for the grand debut, the moment that would irrevocably change automotive history forever. The year was 1948. The venue was the London Motor Show at Earl's Court, and the star was intended merely to be a concept, a testbed designed to showcase the power and robustness of the brand new XK engine. This car was the XK 120, a name derived from the engine series, XK, and the proposed top speed, 120 miles per hour, which at the time seemed a fantasy, an impossible dream to achieve on a regular road machine. The original intent was to construct only a tiny handful of these exquisite vehicles. Perhaps 200. Enough to satisfy the very niche market and demonstrate technical prowess before focusing on the larger saloon car production that provided the bulk of company revenue. But William Lyons had built something far too beautiful to remain merely a concept. The car he had designed was a breathtaking open two-seater, a roadster whose lines flowed like liquid poetry, possessing an aerodynamic purity that was years ahead of its time. It featured a long, impossibly graceful bonnet, sweeping wings, and a minimalist cockpit that spoke volumes about its intended purpose. Pure, unadulterated speed. The public reaction to this gorgeous creation was nothing short of manic. People swarmed the stand, clamoring for a closer look, utterly captivated by its shape and the thrilling promise of its potent engine. The enthusiasm was so overwhelming, the demand so instantaneous and palpable, that Lyons realized immediately that the XK 120 could not be relegated to concept status. It had to be built, and it had to be built now, and in high volume. This pivotal decision rescued the world from missing out on one of motoring's greatest treasures. The early production years of the XK 120 possess a fascinating charm due to the abrupt nature of its launch. Because the decision to manufacture the car was made so rapidly, the initial approximately 240 units were constructed with hand-formed aluminum alloy bodies fitted over ashwood frames. This painstaking method, utilizing traditional coach building techniques, produced truly exceptional automobiles, lending them a lightweight, almost ethereal feel. However, scaling up production to meet the monumental international demand required a change. The shift to mass production techniques utilizing pressed steel bodies. This transition occurred in 1950, allowing Jaguar to dramatically increase output and finally export the dream machine to eager markets across the globe. Most notably the United States of America, which rapidly became the biggest consumer of this British sensation, the moment the XK120 landed on American shores. It utterly revolutionized the perception of British sports cars. Here was a car that offered the stunning looks of an expensive European exotic, but with reliability, power, and an accessibility that shattered the stereotype of unreliable, underpowered foreign vehicles. The excitement generated by the car's arrival was immense, captivating not only the serious racing enthusiasts but also the burgeoning Hollywood elite. Suddenly, the XK120 became the definitive status symbol. The car of movie stars, of successful entrepreneurs, of anyone who wished to announce loudly that they understood style and possessed an affinity for exhilarating velocity. It became the aspirational object, the symbol of a new era of freedom and performance. The true legend of the XK120, however, lies in its relentless, documented pursuit of speed and its triumphant validation of the 120 miles per hour claim. William Lyons knew that marketing chatter was one thing, but indisputable proof was another entirely. To prove the phenomenal capability of their new machine, Jaguar undertook a series of highly publicized speed trials. The most famous of these occurred in May 1949 on a section of closed highway near Jaguar XK in Belgium. A slightly modified, but essentially stock, XK120 was piloted by the renowned test driver Ron Sutton. The car achieved an official, documented top speed of 126 miles per hour. When fully faired in with an undershield and a modified cockpit cover, the speed soared even higher, achieving an astonishing 132 miles per hour. This performance was absolutely earth-shattering, securing for Jaguar the title of the fastest production car in the entire world. A magnificent title that instantly conferred unparalleled prestige upon the marque. The speed triumphs did not stop there. Jaguar continually pushed the limits of the XK120 platform, demonstrating its unwavering durability and phenomenal engineering. In August 1950, at the legendary Autodrome de Montlhéry in France, a magnificent effort saw the XK120 driven for 7 continuous days and 7 continuous nights, covering a staggering 16,851 miles at an average speed of over 107 miles per hour. This feat proved beyond any shadow of a doubt that the XK engine was not just fast. It was incredibly reliable, capable of sustaining high-intensity running for extended periods. This level of endurance was crucial, providing the foundational confidence necessary for Jaguar to move into serious, top-tier motorsports competition. The XK120 was incredibly successful in early motorsport endeavors, particularly in the punishing road races and rally events that required both speed and resilience. It dominated races in the United States, helping to popularize road racing across the massive continent. Drivers like Phil Hill, who would later become a Formula One world champion, cut his teeth racing the magnificent XK120, praising its balance, its power delivery, and its sheer tractability on demanding circuits. Its racing success was a critical component of its marketing strategy, proving the pedigree of the road-going models. Beyond the initial open two-seater or OTS roadster configuration, Jaguar introduced 2 equally beautiful and highly coveted variants of the XK120. In 1951, the fixed-head coupe, or FHC, arrived. This model featured a dramatically elegant, closed roofline, offering greater comfort and protection from the elements while maintaining the aggressive, muscular stance of the original roadster. The FHC design is considered by many to be William Lyons' masterpiece. The perfect blend of aerodynamic efficiency and stunning, classic lines. It provided the driver and passenger with a luxurious, high-speed cocoon. Then came the final, equally gorgeous variant, the drop-head coupe, or DHC, introduced in 1953. This model bridged the gap between the sporty roadster and the refined coupe. The DHC offered winding windows and a more substantial, fully trimmed folding soft top, providing greater creature comforts than the minimalist OTS, making it an absolutely ideal grand touring machine. Each iteration maintained the core mechanical excellence. The brilliant XK engine, and the superb handling characteristics that define the entire 120 line. Technically, the XK120 was a marvel of accessible high performance. Its chassis employed torsion bar independent front suspension, a highly advanced feature for its time, ensuring superb handling and precise steering feel. The rear suspension used a robust semi-elliptical leaf spring setup. While the initial drum brakes might seem rudimentary by modern standards, they were considered highly effective for the era, and the overall weight distribution and low center of gravity made the car incredibly predictable and responsive at high speeds. It felt planted, poised, and ready for any challenge the open road could present. The influence of the XK120 transcended mere sales figures. It was a foundational stepping stone for Jaguar's future dominance in motorsports. The chassis and engine concept of the XK120 directly led to the development of the C-Type and the D-Type racing cars. These were purpose-built machines that took the potent XK engine to Le Mans, winning the 24-hour race multiple times and cementing Jaguar as an undisputed international racing champion. Without the successful proving ground provided by the XK120, the subsequent racing triumphs would simply not have been possible. The 120 provided the reliability, the power base, and the technical knowledge required for these competitive leaps forward. It was the catalyst for decades of glorious victories. The manufacturing lifespan of the XK120 ran until 1954, when it was succeeded by the equally impressive, but subtly different, XK140. In its 6 glorious years of production, Jaguar manufactured just over 12,000 units of the XK120 across all 3 body styles. Considering the post-war economic conditions and the highly specialized nature of the vehicle, this was a massive success, demonstrating the car's tremendous global appeal and desirability. Every single car built was a testament to the dedication to craftsmanship and the pursuit of unparalleled performance. Today, the Jaguar XK120 holds an absolutely revered place among classic car collectors and enthusiasts globally. Its value continues to climb, reflecting its monumental historical importance and its simply stunning visual appeal. Driving an XK120 is not just driving a car. It is piloting a piece of motoring history, experiencing the raw, visceral thrill of post-war high-speed motoring as it was first conceived. The sound of that magnificent XK engine, roaring to life with its characteristic twin-cam rasp, is music to the ears of anyone who appreciates mechanical perfection. It is impossible to overstate the importance of this magnificent machine. The XK120 proved definitively that British manufacturers could build cars that were not only aesthetically gorgeous, but also technically advanced, incredibly fast, and robustly reliable. It shattered the mold, setting the stage for the entire evolution of the modern sports car. It was the moment that William Lyon's vision truly coalesced, transforming Jaguar from a small, post-war producer into a globally recognized luxury and performance brand. The excitement surrounding its debut has never truly faded. Every time an XK120 rolls past, its sublime beauty demands attention, capturing the imagination just as forcefully as it did back in 1948. Think of the sheer audacity, the incredible nerve it took, to launch a car claiming 120 miles per hour just 3 years after a devastating global conflict. It was a defiant, spectacular gesture of optimism, a belief in engineering brilliance, and a complete commitment to delivering the ultimate driving experience. It was the car that put Britain back on the world stage of high performance. A genuine mechanical and design triumph that continues to inspire awe. The XK120 is not just an old car. It is a landmark, a monumental achievement that deserves every ounce of the fervent admiration it receives. It is pure, unadulterated passion translated into metal, rubber, and leather, a truly sensational piece of automotive heritage that will forever be celebrated as a cornerstone of excellence. We owe a debt of gratitude to the genius engineers and designers who delivered this breathtaking icon to the world. It is simply one of the finest vehicles ever created. A perfect blend of style and substance that remains utterly unforgettable. The legacy is powerful, the car is magnificent, and its story is one of enduring, unparalleled triumph. Every curve tells a story of speed, every turn of the wheel a testament to pure driving joy.